Doesn't it feels like a terribly long off season, but a very exciting one. I mean, it just seems like yesterday that we were doing our first event at Generali Arena and starting to think about what this franchise and what this team could be like. And we're only a few days away from kickoff. So yeah, in one sense, it does seem like it went fast, but on the other sense, it's been a long off season to build this roster, to found a franchise, to get the players on the field. And it's just exciting that we're getting it going now. Yeah, that's football, and unfortunate situations happen. They come up, and you have to adapt to them. And we had to make some changes to our roster. Unfortunately, we be able to keep some guys. Xavier Edwards got injured and had to have surgery, but he is able to stay here. And we have a replacement for him. Cody Smith came in for a couple weeks, and he's going to help us out. He's a veteran of European football and a great football player and a great person. And on the offensive line, we've obviously made a lot of investments into our offensive line, and unfortunately, we had some injuries, and we're going to have to replace one of our offensive linemen this year due to injury with Toby Letman from Britain, and but he's a ex-Division I football player. So we've had to make changes, and that's the adaptation that a team has to go through, a coaching staff has to go through, a unit has to go through. But we're still ready to go for this first week. Your heart goes out to a guy like Weston, who's, in my mind, he was on set to be one of the best receivers in the ELF, in Europe, and just a special guy. So obviously that your heart goes out to him and his teammates and coaching staff to go through something like that. But you have to make adaptations, and we signed a great guy. Mike Bruler's going to be here this year, and he's coming from Potsdam. He has a European experience, and he's been working his tail off. And really, we just lucked into that he was just getting out of some training camps, preparing for a CFL, and we had the opportunity to sign him here, and he's in, and he's going to get ready this week to play against the Raiders. Well, I mean, there's a lot of different things that we have to adapt for. We know it's the Raiders, we know it's Innsbruck, we know it's Tyrol, Tivoli Stadium. We've played there before, so those things are all familiar to us and our team and our players. What's new is with the ELF, with the TV timeouts, the NFL rules, the different hashes, the different pregame, all of these different things that go into a production of what the ELF is, marketing, media, but also that professionalism of having our football players go out of their normal routine of the NCAA into these NFL rules, and then also do some of the rule changes like kickoff and kickoff return. Those are going to be exciting for the fans, exciting for our players. So there's a lot of new things that we're going to have to adapt to, the Raiders as well. You know, I expect both teams to do very well this season. I expect both teams to integrate well into this league, into the ELF. So it's going to be a nice Austrian day in the ELF to kick things off in week 1, and then we'll look down the road to some of our other opponents in weeks 2 through 10. Well, let's get a little preview of what the ELF looks like on Post 24, and let's see what the league looks like. I know that the product's going to be good, the coverage is going to be great. And what we really want to see is you in Generali Arena for our first home game and kickoff versus Frankfurt. So it'll be a little teaser for you in week 1. And then we get us play in our new stadium, an awesome venue, a way to kick our inaugural season off in the ELF into a stadium like that. It's exciting for our players. Hopefully we're going to have a beautiful weather like this, and we'll see you all out there at the Generali Arena in week 2. But first, we'll go out to Innsbruck and take care of business.